Al Gore is a criminal. Ladies and gentlemen, when Al Gore left US politics in around 2000, he was worth around, not a lot by politician standards, around $2 million. Now he's worth hundreds of millions, and his investment with the new fake meat products, Beyond Meat, will probably take him over $1 billion. Now, for years, Al Gore has been the frontman of the biggest fraud ever perpetrated on the world public ever, meaning the climate change hoax. And he produced a propaganda film so full of lies that it and inaccuracies that it could not be called a documentary in schools, meaning the inconvenient truth, or as I like to call it, convenient lies. All lies like half the American coast would be underwater by 2015. All these lies like the polar ice cap receding when they're actually expanding. You name it, right? You name it. Lie after lie after lie, which he swindled hundreds of millions out of countries and made them poorer and put a lot of people into poverty. But this is where some of you may argue with me. Al Gore's body count is a lot more extensive. He had a hand in murdering and killing a lot more people, being the front man for this climate change hoax, than the Clintons could ever dream of. Because of this, Australia closing coal-fired power stations down, 400,000 people in this country are estimated to be living without power because they can't afford the power bills because of the closing down of power stations and the increase in renewable subsidies by millions and millions of dollars, right? And pensioners who do have their power on have to decide whether they have their fridge on or they have their heater on. And obviously, the fridge is more important. So during summer, they don't have their air conditioning on, and during winter, they don't have the heater on. And unfortunately, some of them die. And they die every winter and they die every summer. Whereas if we didn't have this climate change hoax, they had affordable, reliable power, they would live. So not only is Al Gore a crook and a swindler, swindling hundreds of millions and billions of dollars out of people and out of countries over a fake hoax, he's also a murderer. So, to be honest, I would like to see Gore body count trending on Twitter before they shut it down, obviously, because Al Gore has a much more extensive body count and much more blood on his hands than the Clintons ever could. And now he's a huge investor in this lab grown fake meat company, Beyond Meat. And ladies and gentlemen, what's just happened? The IPCC have put out a report, which is, the fake panel on climate change, which is a division of the UN, have put out a report saying that they would like a giant excise tax on meat because of climate change. And ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing to do with climate change at all. If they can destroy industry and they can destroy agriculture and they can get everybody off the land and all the farmers off the land, it takes another independent avenue off the general public where they aren't totally controlled by the system and by the globalists, and where the globalists don't have total control of the earth, right? If they destroy the agriculture industry and the health industry, then the globalists have total control of the earth. You have no land, you have no property rights, and there's no way of escaping the system. If you're a farmer and you live off the land, you're out of the system, you're out of the enclave, you're out of the gulag, and the globalists can't have that. So that's the real reason why they want to put a huge tax on meat. It's nothing to do with climate change. They know themselves that climate change is a hoax. It's about gaining uh, total control and completing their world government system. And it's also a nice reward for the swindler and the murderer, Mr. Al Gore, because if they get their own way, this will make Al Gore hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's a nice little payoff for helping to push their hoax, their climate change hoax. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an idea. I don't know about you, but we're heading towards spring in Australia, and it still feels like the dead middle of winter. We've got temperatures like 10 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, 11 degrees Celsius, 9 degrees Celsius. Wind and rain, it feels like the dead of winter. I could use some global warming, to be honest with you. I reckon we turn the tables on them, show them what a joke it is, and we start wearing t-shirts like "Bring on global warming." Can we have some global warming, please? I could use an extra degree of temperature. Let's turn the tables on them. Let's show them we know what a joke it is. And to be honest, with how cold it is over here, I could use some global warming, to be honest. I don't know about you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all.